time is it right now? So I think just a few hours ago, I saw Venom Let There Be Carnage. And first off, you're wondering, why am I sitting like this? Well, it's because I'm sitting on a small amount of a chair because the rest of it is very messy, and I don't really want to clean it off because I'm just feeling really lazy and drained right now. Anyway, Venom Let There Be Carnage. The first one was okay. I don't really think the first one was good. I didn't really think it was terrible. It's only kinda bit bad. I've never reviewed the first one, and I'm never gonna make a review video on it. But I ended up thinking, okay, this movie, I think it's a 4 out of 5. Yeah, I found it to be Carnage. And if you want to know the reasons why I give it a 4 out of 5, just watch every other reviewer review it. Because I'll just say the same things. However, not that many people have made a review on Let There Be Carnage because, of course, it hasn't been out that long. And here's my review on it. It's not as bad as the first one. I don't think it's even a bad movie. I think it's a good movie. I think it's a solid movie. It's not really good. It's not pretty good. It's not great. It's not the best. Oh, just one. Lucy, you can't chew on that. But overall, first off, I'm gonna talk about the things that I didn't like. I felt like it was kind of rushed. It was a bit rushed. It was. They definitely should have made it longer. This is one of those movies that should have been longer. There's a very small amount of movies out there that should be longer because most movies are normally longer than they should be. However, Venom Let There Be Carnage. Actually, no, I think Venom Let There Be Carnage had the right time to have things go in normally because Eddie Brock and Venom, for some reason, have like a hard time living together. Even though they kind of went through that in the first movie. I mean, if there was one scene when they argued, I wouldn't really care. I would be fine with that. But I feel like it shouldn't have been in this movie. The effects were pretty good. The effects have been good since the first movie. And Carnage, he was pretty cool. I feel like the acting in this movie wasn't bad. I think it was definitely better than the first one. Much better than the first one. There's a lot of things that's better than the first one. The jokes aren't really that good, but that's the same thing with the first one. And another problem with this that the first one had, the one that everyone's been saying, is that Venom doesn't work rated R, especially when you introduce Carnage into that. If you're gonna have two symbiotes like Venom and Carnage, mostly a symbiote like Carnage, do something in a movie, you should make it rated R, because Venom and Carnage, they are so violent. They're such extreme villains that they will do a lot more. And also, sometimes we just see off-screen deaths, and it's just kind of boring. Yeah, sometimes off-screen deaths can be cool if they're done in the right way. However, I don't think this movie did an off-screen death in a good way at all. The final battle between Carnage and Venom was pretty good. I liked it a lot. It was pretty interesting seeing whatever that girl's name is, her death. One that was in love with Cletus Cassidy. Because the thing is, she died by being crushed by a bell. And that bell didn't have anything in it. Yeah, that bell didn't have anything in it because Carnage ripped out the big metal thing, whatever that's called again, in the bell that actually hits the sides of the bell and makes a noise. That wasn't in it. So, I don't know what crushed her. Maybe like the edge of the bell hit like her body or something like that. But the thing is, that's not what we were shown. We were shown the entire bell falling on her, and I feel like there was nothing to really fall on her. I feel like she shouldn't have died because of that. And also, I feel like Carnage's death was a little bit anticlimactic. I mean, Venom does eat him in the comics, which is pretty cool. I don't mean like that. I don't mean like his actual death. I mean like his fall, the thing that causes his death. I feel like it should have been just a bit bigger. I know that entire like tower collapsed, but also I feel like I feel like this movie just didn't give us enough. I feel like it just didn't give us enough. And then there's the end credit scene, which I thought was pretty cool. I did not expect Venom at all to be like brought into the MCU. I mean, I thought that maybe at some point him and Tom Holland Spider-Man would meet, but I thought that would be like, I mean, he's probably gonna team up with him in Venom 3, but I just feel like, I mean, that end credit scene was pretty cool. If Venom ends up teaming up with Spider-Man in No Way Home, however, I feel like that would also be pretty cool, because in the comics, he at some point did team up with Spider-Man, and the same thing's happening with Venom. Everyone thinks that he's a villain, that he's a criminal, that he's a maniac, when he really isn't. He's just someone who was trying to take control of the symbiote in his body, and eventually him and Venom ended up being good, and I don't know, maybe it'll help Venom or not. Venom seemed like he sent that guy towards Peter Parker in kind of a quiet but also aggressive way, so maybe, I don't know, Venom has had some history in the past with a Spider-Man, or Venom just feels something off about Spider-Man. I don't know. I feel like Venom won it, though, but maybe Venom will think that Spider-Man actually is a villain, and Venom will team up with the Sinister Six in No Way Home. The thing is, if we're going to have a Sinister Six of different Spider-Man villains from different universes, I would like to have at least one Spider-Man villain from the MCU in that Sinister Six. Because even though William Dafoe's Green Goblin and Alfred Molina's Doc Ock is pretty cool, and whatever his name, Sandman, whoever plays him, and Jamie Foxx's Electro, and blah blah blah's the Lizard, even though that's pretty cool, I feel like we should at least have somebody from the much more modern time of Spider-Man, like a villain of that Spider-Man, part of the Sinister Six. I mean, Shocker's still out there. Last time we saw Shocker, he was like just wed to the side of a bus in Homecoming, and we didn't see any police or anything come to arrest him, so Shocker's still out there in hiding, and this is probably his chance to join the Sinister Six. Honestly, if he's the one who joins the Sinister Six, I don't have a problem with it, because we're already gonna have William Dafoe's Green Goblin and Alfred Molina's Doc Ock, and those two are so cool. And so I don't think it would be that big of a deal if we had Shocker as the sixth member. I mean, it would probably be a bit anticlimactic, but I wouldn't have that much of a problem with it. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to be giving Spider-Man, I'm going to be giving Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I don't think it's mediocre enough to be a 6, but I don't think it's good enough to be a 7, so I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. What is this? What's going on? What are you? I don't remember getting you. What is this? Tell me. And how did you get into my Instagram and post that picture? Because I don't remember doing that. What are you? Tell me. Say something! I know you can talk! No. No, I'm done with this. I'm not doing this anymore. I know what you're doing. I'm not gonna be your entertainment anymore. I'm not doing... That was a weird dream.